Oh, gee, it's so small. Yeah, I know. Don't you judge my helicopter.
Because you don't want a full race seat, you need some movement, right? Because if we're going down, this is... That's the spirit.
You remember our good friend Allison Hayslip?
Yeah.
Saying like, I don't know, I went up in a helicopter, but it just seemed really easy.
Oh, come on.
We're going to take that concept and put it to the test a little bit.
Okay.
It's been a long time since we did a Micah Flies video, or really any video. You know, Jeff, you're getting in my shot. Just, what are you doing? I'm with Jeff. This is Jeff Glucker from Hooniverse. So you're probably wondering whatever happened with our videos and why we haven't posted any. It's really complicated. All I'll say is that the corporate world is confusing. So we got some really, really cool videos coming up with car-related stuff. But in the meantime, Jeff and I are going to go fly. And Jeff, how are you feeling right now?
Excited and anxious.
That is the perfect combination for YouTube Gold. Hold on to that. Let's get this baby airborne.
I can see why you would be okay with doors off while we're here on the ground.
Yeah.
Like, just the harness is good, but all right, I'm still happy we have the doors on for today.
What Jeff is alluding to is that he had some hesitance about flying doors off. No joke, I had to like clean spider webs off the doors because I fly with the doors on so infrequently.
Right.
But
I'm also scared of spiders, so this is perfect.
well, you pick your poison. You never dreamed you'd be claimed by sky spiders. He would have survived if they just left the doors off.
Beak.
Sure, departure velocity, your own risk, westward low approved.
Westward low approved, 9285.
Ship with 42 Long Beach, expect a 3-minute delay for SoCal.
Hey Jeff,
Yeah.
you doing okay?
Yeah, this is rad.
Have to take us.
A lot of jet skis down there.
You know, normally people notice pools, but yeah, jet skis too. Huh, all my neighbors have jet skis. You know what, I should have asked. You could air sit?
No. No, I'm good.
Shirley.
We should do a video about judging people's pools. Like, that one's spotless. Kudos to you.
When you fly most of Los Angeles, you're just on a general frequency with other helicopters.
That pool is filthy down there.
That is a filthy pool.
That's disgusting.
Oh my gosh.
It's like green.
Great, runway 26.
Bird,
What's the option?
way left, 9 o'clock.
Thank you. Good job.
Losing flight, Atlas 80138.
I take it back. I'm happy the doors are on.
6 Echo X-ray, 2 out, 500.
What made you think that?
Just some of the angles.
Yeah?
Where you're like,
Like you were doing like this kind of thing
Yeah, exactly.
or something?
Like I subconsciously lean left.
Yeah.
I'm sure if we started with the doors off, I'd be like, okay, you know, this is cool.
Yeah, but so it's a little bit like a motorcycle where you're leaning over, but all of the G-forces are vertical.
Right.
So like the helicopter itself isn't flying, the blades are flying, and the helicopter is merely following along. So when I do left, the entire rotor disc turns that way, and we're just hanging from the center. I don't know if that makes you feel better or
No,
not.
that's a terrifying description of helicopter flight. We're just hanging from the rotors. Like, I get it. I know what I'm getting into, but still.
Nonetheless, it's horrifying.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
So as we're cruising out here at a brisk 99, almost 90 miles an hour, Jeff, tell me a little about what your deal is. Like if, for example, people don't know who you are.
So most people probably don't. I started a website called Hooniverse back in 2009. The 10-year anniversary is literally in 3 days, and I have very little plan to celebrate it.
Can we consider this the celebration?
Sure, this is part of it. This will be part of it. I got into car stuff on the business side. Quickly realized the editorial side, though it pays far less, in most cases, is more exciting and more interesting and more aligned to what I want to do. And then I learned how to take pictures. I taught myself how to shoot video and edit video, and then just kind of went from there.
Report to call southwest towards Point Firm and 500 climbing.
And then...
Sorry, just watching that guy over there.
And then... please interrupt me whenever necessary. I love how the train spirals here, by the way.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, that's cool.
We got the belly cam, so we'll get a pretty good shot of that.
Nice. Oh, perfectly synced.
Have you not seen the train races? Yeah, my money's on the inside train.
Yeah. Gone in 60 Seconds Bridge.
Yes.
Just testing out my new iPhone 11 Pro. No big deal.
Stop the video. Let's talk about the phone. Helicopter 2851 south of Vincent Thomas. We're heading to Point Furman, 600.
So you make car videos, I make car videos.
I think it's interesting that you can run in similar circles for as long as we have and not really know each other.
Right. We only really started communicating directly within the last 6 months.
So now I know that in a lot of ways your life is literally in my hands right now, but hey, how's it been going? Are we friends now? Have we achieved friend status, you think?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I will say yes for sure right now. That is a gorgeous yacht. See, I have like ADD up here. I like boats too, and that thing is bad down there.
I feel like you're noticing things that most passengers don't. Pool cleanliness quality. Oh, here's a nice pool. Check that out. That's a very clean pool.
And
Good for
this
lapping.
one over here,
Yeah.
though the bottom could be scrubbed a little bit.
Okay, well.
But that looks like not a yacht club, but some kind of private beach establishment.
I'm most interested in Hooniverse.
Sure. Hooniverse is an enthusiast-based site. Basically, we just love all things with an engine. So new cars, old cars. I personally love old cars.
Yeah.
I enjoy covering new cars. Motorsports. We have a guy who does motorcycles, so we really love it all.
Flyback X-ray, mid, no taxi.
I have no idea what that guy just said,
Yeah.
but I will make a position report. Helicopter 285 at the baseball diamond west along the shoreline 300.
Real quick, that is a gorgeous baseball field. Like, could you imagine playing Little League there as a kid?
How is that not a line of luxury condos right now?
Right.
Is that crazy?
That's like Sandlot for rich kids.
I know. So one of the great things about helicopters is that you can fly as low as you want as long as you don't present a hazard to people or property on the ground. In that spirit, we're going to go low.
Cool.
So this is where we look out for birds, and this is where we kind of keep our eyes super peeled. This is the stuff that I really, really like about flying, that connection with the ground and the environment you're flying through. It just feels like when you were a kid, did you ever have dreams of flying? This is kind of that. Also, just kind of like being here, mixing it up in the world, seeing the splashing water.
Yeah, this is some Airwolf right now. I gotta clear that for rights for the video.
I gotta change one note, like Vanilla Ice.
And we are at like 70 feet, not even 50 feet.
Something like that. One of the other things you really got to do is try and fly friendly, because my helicopter's pretty quiet versus most helicopters, but you don't want to like anger people, you know?
Like the fishing boats, because we're low enough for the trawlers.
Yeah, possibly. We want to be respectful. Harbor traffic helicopter 285, Trump Golf Course, west 100. People fishing.
Gotta be careful of political jokes in this part.
Oh, God.
I don't want to lose your audience.
What do you think about my audience? That they're apolitical and hopefully here for helicopters and cars?
Exactly. Keep it to cars and helicopters. No one wants to hear your opinions.
That's probably true. So this is kind of a cool thing. I like flying over terrain and then having that terrain drop off.
Yeah.
To me, that's always like super cool.
Well, I get that because like if I'm shooting with a drone, you get the same idea. Like that cinematic.
That cinematic, like this kind of thing where it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
You know what? We had talked previously. You'd mentioned an interest in flying out to Catalina, which is just off the left there.
Right.
One of the great things about flying in Catalina is that the airport is like at 1,500 feet, and it's just a stark drop-off on either side.
Wow.
Do you really get that experience? How are you feeling about the flight so far? Is this good?
Oh, it's awesome. This is beautiful.
Based on current impressions, would you do this again?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah? Okay. Well, then perhaps the next one should be a Catalina flight.
Yes. These houses are huge. Are we in Rancho Palos Verdes?
We are. I bet you noticed that there's a higher ratio of clean pools over on this side of the hill.
There's higher ratio of clean tennis courts.
How about you put that phone in a pocket or under a leg? And so all we're going to do, keep your feet away from those. Stop that. What we're going to do is one control at a time. And we're going to keep it real simple. Especially in my helicopter, if we're just flying, if we're cruising, it's very stable. Very stable. Eventually you have to intervene, but this little trim hat out here trims out the helicopter. Harbor traffic, helicopter 285, Point Vicente, east along the shoreline, 500. Why don't you put your right hand on the cyclic? You're going to feel how much pressure it takes to do things. So we're going to go to the right a little bit. Do you feel that?
Yeah, it's nothing.
It's essentially nothing. Your job is to keep us flying right along the shoreline.
Okay.
I'll kind of stay with you. I'm going to stay real close. So we're turning. You've got the controls. There you go. There you go. Little forward. Little left. We're going to go right over the top of the horseshoe. There you go. There you go. That's feeling good.
I can see how this could get very whirly-dirly if you're not careful with your movements. I'm actually surprised at how minute movements are, and it's like both a good thing and a bad thing,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
There we go. Good turn. Really good turn. It's a good point to note that I am not an instructor. I'm just a guy with a helicopter, and I like sharing the experience. For heaven's sake, don't take this as instruction. This is merely experiential.
Right.
See, that saves us having to add tiny print later.
Right, yeah.
You're doing really good, man. You're doing really good.
Thanks. I feel like so stiff. Can
Yeah.
we set this down at Ballast Point? Where? How? That's further south.
Yeah. I can't set it down, but you can leap out into the water.
Yeah.
As long as the skids don't touch ground, it's all nice and legal. This is all really simplified when we're in forward flight.
Right.
When you're hovering, everything is much more complicated.
Yeah, I've heard that's one of the more difficult things.
Palm Beach Tower, helicopter 90285, Queen Mary, request South Redondo arrival, pad assignment with Yankee.
After 285 at the tank farm, contact tower 120.5 for your pad assignment.
Contact 120.5 at the tank farm, 285. We'll take pad 3 for 90285. If you want,
Tower for
go put your hands on the collective and cyclic, but just very light pressure, so
tower 119.4.
I can do as I please.
119.4, TV11. That's a 537 noted delay, kilo 3, traffic short final, contact ground.
Nice, slow, gradual, pleasant descent. We're aiming for the 3. It was a very smooth land. Let me just pat myself in the back here. So I'm going to pick us up, get us into a hover, and then all you're going to do is you're going to try and hold us over this 3. So your right hand is on the cyclic.
Yep.
I'm going to stay on with you very close.
Sure.
But when I say your controls, it's your controls.
Okay.
And then I will say my controls when you up, which you will.
Sure.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
And your controls.
Queen Mary, southeast bound, Alpha 800 type unknown.
Yep, there we go. There we go.
My controls.
Thank you, yes. Wow, okay. That was a lot different than when we were out cruising. Yeah, that's way harder. You have it, and then once it starts to go, unless, like...
It is very hard to get it back.
Yeah.
I've heard people say, like, well, have you given some basic lessons to your wife, so in case, like, you're incapacitated, she needs to fly, and it's like, it doesn't matter. There's, like, no, like, oh, I just know enough to, like, kind of grease it in. Like, that's not really an option.
I'm confident that if I was flying with someone in a Cessna, and they had a heart attack, I could get us back.
Yeah.
I've never flown a plane.
Just kind of aim it at the hard spot, and you'll be fine.
I'll get us down.
Yeah.
It won't be smooth, but we'll be alive.
Just for funsies.
Eye-opening. Yeah.
Why don't you put your hands and feet on all the controls? So attempt to control this thing. And that's going better than I would have expected. This is going better than I would have expected. And my controls.
That was like the best one of all of them.
I was going to say, that was way better than I could have imagined.
How much of that was you when I was just doing that?
If I was incapacitated, you definitely would have crashed still.
Yeah.
But you would have had like a good couple of seconds where like, I think I got this.
Back.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever had an incident where you really like banged up a car? Like you really f***ed up as a driver?
I did. I forgot about one in college, my 85 300CX.
Yeah?
I put through a stone wall in Narragansett, Rhode Island. My dad gave me an option. He's like, you're about to graduate college. I will buy you a used Ford Ranger or we'll fix the Z. And I picked the Ranger and I regret it to this.
There was a moment where I could have bought a 1992 MR2 or another Honda Del Sol after the one I totaled.
Yeah.
I made the Del Sol choice. There's another timeline where Micah was way cooler and
MR2.
Probably did snap oversteer into another telephone pole.
Oh, yeah.
But for a few blissful weeks, it was sweet. But Jeff, how do you think this has gone?
Awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah, I liked it.
So, would you do it again?
Yes.
Let's hover taxi, shall we?
Yes.
Okay, so we were on the ground. That was a pretty good flight. Is this one still running? I don't see the red light. Hey, Jeff, thanks for joining me on the flight.
Yeah.
And coming up in a couple of weeks, we're going to drive your Mitsubishi Montero.
Yes.
That'll be fun.
Well, technically it's going to happen right now.
Shut up, Jeff. They don't know the magic of the Micah Drives channel and the Micah Flies channel. But I don't have a good send-off for this. Do you want to like forge a send-off, like a way to close these things out?
Whirly Bird 23 out.
We'll roll with that.